2023 was a robust year for the city of Apache Junction. You may have seen one of the latest headlines in the local news about a 1,200% year-over-year increase in new housing permits. We have a great staff that works hand in hand with our development community, those that are looking to get a building permit, and all of our large-scale investors and developers. On top of the great growth we're seeing in Superstition Vistas, with the expansion of the Central Arizona College AJ campus, we are seeing so many great attributes throughout the entire city of Apache Junction. The city of Apache Junction is seeing a lot of great private investment throughout the city. A couple to be named is the Havenly at Superstition. The second one is the Residence at Apache Trail, which is a build-for-rent community that's taken advantage of our Opportunity Zone, which is right off Old West Highway. The Opportunity Zone is a federal level incentive that opens up new development opportunities in a certain geographic area. Our particular Opportunity Zone is approximately 2,000 acres. We are fortunate to see a couple projects with total investment nearing $100 million of new investment and development opportunities here so far, and we see more opportunity as this area does partially overlap with our downtown district. As part of economic development, workforce development is one of the bread and butter key aspects of great economy, a great pipeline to help our businesses grow and thrive. We at the city are thrilled with our great partners at the Central Arizona College. They're investing over $42 million into the Central Arizona College AJ campus. This past year, we saw groundbreaking with 2 new buildings that's going to total about 40,000 square feet of new space dedicated for workforce development. Everything from HVAC, plumbing, electrical, phlebotomy, massage therapy, nursing assistants, and more. Not only do you see all these programs going on now, but there's going to be another expansion of the future LG training facility right here on the AJ campus. We are excited to be hopefully the new Workforce Development Center of Pinal County with this investment. The Economic Development Department created a bunch of new initiatives to help our business community and future entrepreneurs here in the city of Apache Junction. Some of those included our new Business Concierge Service, our Property Finder Map, where you can find available properties, which is available commercial space, retail space, restaurant space, as well as development sites right on our website at no cost to potential entrepreneurs and developers. The Property Finder Map is a great tool to help you find the perfect spot for your future business. In addition to all the robust development going on, we certainly did not forget about our tourism. In 2023, we added a lot of great new elements to the visitaj.com website, including new blogs, new photos, new events, and even more information on our local business community. Be sure to check it out, as we will do even more in 2024. The Economic Development Department is super excited about 2024, as we're going to embark on some new social media initiatives, website enhancements, and pay closer attention to our downtown area.
In 2023, we worked really hard on achieving our goals with our second year of our strategic plan. 3 of the goals we actively worked on were improving our spaces, access, and community engagement. Improved spaces, we did a lot around the library to not only improve the spaces, but create some new spaces. So the ones that we improved were the North Wing, where we turned one of our rooms into a new teen study reading room. All of the books are now in that room and taken out of the gaming area, so it's a more quiet space for teens to learn. We also made some changes to our teen gaming area. We have installed some new gaming systems, PS5s, PS4s, and so forth, gaming chairs, and so the teens really have a place where they can just be themselves and play some games and be social with each other. We also got new shelving in the North Wing. All of our collections now have been streamlined, and We have all of our nonfiction in that room, all of our fiction in a separate room. So now all the collections are in the same area, and in the past they were divided up into some different areas, making it hard to browse the shelves. Two of our other strategic goals were community engagement and outreach. So we've been able to do both of those things in a great way this year, mainly due to our outreach librarian and supervisor, Megan Carbiner. She is the perfect fit for this job. She is a sociable person. She has great ideas. She was instrumental in beginning all of our outreach programs, including Books and Brews at the Handlebar Pub, the Story Walk, and also the Bookmobile. We had over 6,000 people come to our outreach events. Some of the most popular ones were going to the Arizona Renaissance Festival, where we partnered with the Arizona State Library and saw over 250 people. During the pandemic, we really wanted to be able to go out into the public and meet people where they were. And we had the perfect solution to use our existing box truck that we had received about a decade prior through our First Things First grant. We used that truck to go out and be a mobile hotspot for people that needed digital access. And we also used it to check out Wi-Fi hotspots and different technologies. But we really wanted to go further than that. One of the first things we needed to do was rebrand the truck and make it more inviting. The first thing we did was get a new wrap on the outside of the box, and we made that in-house. Our staff developed that with a bunch of different symbols and icons that show how we're connecting with our community, and that was our brand. After that, we decided we wanted to be able to use this truck too to be able to bring materials to the different neighborhoods of the city. So we looked to our Arizona State Library for grant opportunities, and we were awarded a Library Services and Technology Act grant in 2022. And the rest is history. Over the past 8 months, we have served 1,800 people with our mobile library. There's so much to see and do at our library. Did you know we have a seed library where you can check out seeds to take home? And do you know about our BiblioBites program, where we show cooking demonstrations both on Facebook Live and live in the library? Other things that we plan to do in 2024 include increasing our presence in the community, whether that be with Parks and Recreation or on our own. We plan to do more stops with our mobile library to reach even more people. And I can't end today without mentioning our wonderful friends of the library group. They work so hard to provide you with a bookstore that is open anytime the library is open, with great deals on books for you and your family. All proceeds from the Friends Bookstore goes towards library programs, materials, and resources. So we hope to see you at the library in the near future.
So I think it's been a very busy year in 2023 for Public Works, so I think I have the top 5. First one is the improvements that we've done on Idaho. You'll see that on North Idaho from Super all the way up to McKellips. Includes curb, gutter, a sidewalk, as well as bike lanes. So again, multimodal. Second project, and there's no order of significance, but a second project would be the reconstruction of Lost Dutchman. In 2023, we saw the largest phase of the street's reconstruction repaving. That went from Tomahawk to Ironwood, so that was 2 miles. Now we have a nice pavement out there, as well as bike lanes out there that will facilitate, again, that increase in bicycle traffic with the city, and add that element of safety. Third would be Apache Trail. 2023 saw phase 4 of the curb installation, so that's just 4 phases of the curb. We have other phases that resulted in the end product that you see out there now with the landscaping, but next year we're hoping would be the final phase 5 for the curbing, and that will give us landscaping and median all the way from Meridian all the way to Idaho. So that was number 3. Number 4, our use of recycled asphalt pavement. This last year we saw the largest use with our public works projects with recycled asphalt pavement. It is one of the most recycled products in the world. 2023 was the year that we've used the most RAP compared to some of those other years. And this last year we saved over $400,000. And I think it's a great indicator of what the city, especially Public Works, does when it comes to being a steward to the environment and what we do try to do and look to be sustainable with those materials that we do our work, our public works, when it comes to building and maintaining our streets. And number 5, and it's not necessarily a project, but we've had the most participation this last year in our Adopt a Street programs. So we have a lot of groups that were very active this last year. Looks like we picked up the most trash that we have in the life of that program this last year. So a big kudos. I can't thank those groups enough.
2 big projects that stood out for me this year are both drainage related. Flooding's been a serious concern here in the city for many years, but in terms of the Superstition Basin, we began to really look hard at that area probably about 4 or 5 years ago in conjunction with Pinal County, and started roughing out some ideas and eventually partnered with Pinal County Flood Control District and their engineers to help with design of this project. The other big project is one that we've been working for several years, and that is the Weeks Wash Regional Flood Control Facility.
The Weeks Wash, when we get a big enough event, it's 6,000 cubic feet per, so it's 4 times the amount of water that's going down the Salt River right now, goes through town. A lot of sediment, a lot of destruction, a lot of problems. The idea is to meter it back, that 6,000 cubic feet per second, to something smaller, say in a major event 900. So you'll always have some amount of flowing through. We're not going to stop it, we're just going to throttle it back, and that way we lengthen the amount of time that the water is being discharged into the downstream water course.
And we had the opportunity to advance the idea through a grant application, several grant applications with FEMA. And we were very fortunate enough this past summer to receive about 50% of the funding.
So some of the city projects are actually doing wireless projects, whether it be at Flatiron Park or in the city campus area. For both public and for employees as well. And so we've improved those and increased that. We're actually adding on the rodeo grounds bandwidth, so when we do our events in February and the marathons there, we'll be able to service better cell coverage and better bandwidth there at the rodeo grounds. We've also expanded our data infrastructure down on baseline and connected our buildings so we can have more internet options for those buildings and be able to get it current in times. We're putting in the first signal lights on fiber for the city of Apache Junction down on Ironwood at the new expansions. We're able to work with Maricopa governments, and Maricopa governments were able to provide us 4.5 miles of fiber in the existing conduits the developers put in for us as well. So the city has increased from about 0 miles of data infrastructure just 2 years ago to where we have over 15 miles of data fiber infrastructure for the city purposes, and also to help the citizens, traffic signals, and also public safety. SAO is actually for municipals and education, which is fantastic. So we were able to get our library up working and get a new circuit in for that for the city. And then also that provided Cox Cable to come in as a video service provider in the last couple years, and they actually went into 5 neighborhoods in the northern part of Apache Junction, and they're also in the new expansion areas down south as well. All of that's really exciting for our citizens working at home or having students that need to have good bandwidth so they can be able to do homework and things like that. We've also been able to do a couple projects with utilities for our water services, and we actually got them onto a citizen-centric portal, and they got about 3,500 of their 4,000 customers now being able to pay online and be able to do ACH payments and really come into the 20th century and be ready for those homes that are being built in the South as well. We're able to provide the police with new mobile laptops for each officer, sworn officer, whereas in the past it was just per vehicle. The other thing we've done is gone into a new Vigilon Alta Aware camera system. So we've been able to centralize the entire camera system for the city, public safety, parks and rec, and also our water department, and be able to streamline that so it's readily accessible by the dispatch and the people who know to monitor those things so we can protect lives. The biggest challenge that we're facing in IT is really making sure that we can have the existing city in the northern part of Apache Junction get that infrastructure it needs for bandwidth. Get that for what it needs, because this ever-changing climate is all about people working from home, and it's all about accessibility to the internet and providing to where students can work, from home as well. Whether that be through cell data, Verizon's projects that are coming around the corner, or whether that be on bringing in new internet service providers. That's where we're trying to get to, and where we're trying to make sure that everybody has those capabilities, and that will bring in, that will help the existing businesses to where they don't have challenges of point of sale and lag times in point of sale, and they can make sure that they can make that customer service experience good for everybody, citizens or people visiting in.
In our department, we had some major accomplishments this year. On the park side of things, we had major improvements at Silly Mountain Park that included a new ramada, a new restroom facility, as well as new fencing throughout. And at Prospector Park, not only did we get a new playground this year, but we also got dark sky friendly lighting on fields 1 and 2. It's also much more energy efficient, and we're super excited for that to be turned on here in 2024. Lastly, and certainly not least, is our rodeo ground improvements. We purchased those facilities, and we're super excited to see what that's going to bring in 2024. That process was many, many years in the making, and over the last 2.5 years, we actually started gaining ground in going through that auction and appraisal process to ultimately purchase the rodeo grounds. Now that we've done that, we are so excited to be updating our master plan, and so that's the current step we're in. We've been meeting with our stakeholder groups in the community that put on already many of our nonprofit events that are going on in the community. There's a lot more activities and events that we'd like to bring to the facility, but more importantly, we are going to be working to enhance the facility so that our existing activities and events will continue to thrive. Events like Lost Dutchman Days and the Antique Tractor Show, those are going to continue to be signature events in our community that the city is going to support and partner with. We hope that through this next process, adding all of these enhanced amenities or facilities to that site will make it so that those events can grow and thrive. On the recreation and administration side, we are moving into new admin and storage space, but what the community is getting out of that is a great new fitness deck. So we'll be able to enjoy those views from our walking track at the Multi-Gym Center, and our members can enjoy yoga and Zumba out on our fitness deck, as well as having an opportunity for our community to have activities and other small gatherings in a beautiful setting overlooking all of our great mountain views. Dutchman Dog Park has been open now for almost 2 years, and this year we got to work with the Public Art Commission in bringing their first public art installation to the park. The sculptures that were included there are amazing, and anybody who goes by is so thrilled to see the amazing sculptures that were put there. They're so much fun and colorful, and they definitely make a major impact in our park. 2024 is going to be another great year. We have so many things to look forward to. One of the biggest things is all of the growth down south and the new parks and places that are for our entire city to grow and to play in. Right now, Painted Sky Park is under construction, and they plan to be opening sometime in the new year when they open up model homes. That park is going to have a lake, another dog park, an adventure playground, and so much more. We'll have several different trails that will be public purpose trails that will incorporate connecting to all of the different spaces, as well as having other amenities that individuals will be able to enjoy as they walk or bike ride throughout the community.
So 2023 was a really big, huge year for the Apache Junction Police Department. There were a lot of things that we accomplished in technology, community-oriented policing, involving ourselves in the schools. So this year, one of the things I would say is we're fully implementing body-worn cameras. Every one of our officers now has a body-worn camera, which is a big deal for policing. Opens transparency, and it really helps us understand what our officers are dealing with and how our officers are interacting with the community. Another accomplishment that we were able to do this year was getting school resource officers in all of the schools in the Apache Junction Unified School District. We're very happy about that. It's really opened up some great communication and just mentoring for the students and being involved in what's going on around the city. We also, a huge accomplishment was we received an award, which is through the International Association of Chiefs of Police. It's a very big award in that there's over 30,000 members of the international community in law enforcement. And the Apache Junction Police Department was selected, and we received this award for our involvement in community policing. Some of the events that included it was the Faith in Blue event, which is something that we started 2 years ago. The Faith in Blue event is where the police department joins with faith-based organizations. This year we partnered with 6 different local churches here in Apache Junction, and it was an incredible experience, and we look to expand that even this upcoming year. Another thing that we really were recognized for is our first year that we did Shop with a Cop. We were able to just recently take over 36 kids that were needing some help and their families, and we were able to sponsor them and shop with them and have a great morning with them. Another really big accomplishment that I'm very proud of is the recognition of one of our stellar employees. His name's Danny Saldana. He's a homegrown Apache Junction resident that grew up here, that went to school here, graduated from Apache Junction High School. This award was for 40 individuals under 40 throughout the entire world in law enforcement. This award was given to people from Dubai. There were people from Korea, people from Europe, and all over the United States. And Danny, to go see him go on stage and get that award wearing the Apache Junction Police Department uniform was, for me, a highlight of my career, and I couldn't be more proud. And our priority is to keep Apache Junction a very safe community. In order to do that, we have to bring on more police officers and professional staff that support our officers. Throughout the country, law enforcement is having a very difficult time in recruiting and retaining qualified individuals. I can say here in Apache Junction, at the Apache Junction Police Department, we are having people apply here in larger numbers than we've had in many years. I'm proud of that. I know it's nothing that we could do alone. We need the support of the community, and I'm happy to be an Apache Junction police officer.